Hey, welcome to the show. This is the first episode of the show.
For those of you familiar with the show, I'm Sean,
I'm Christoph. It's the
and
first episode of the show.
yeah, so those of you longtime watchers, we review movies basically, and we just give you the most insightful, cutting edge sort of looks at movies that you haven't seen yet. So you can help decide whether or not you're going to see it or not.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
We're just
Excuse
going to basically give you your
Excuse me.
opinion on these upcoming movies, so you don't have to kind of form one yourself. We can just kind of hand ours to you, and you can use those as your own opinions.
Yeah, up for, it's up for grabs.
That's just kind of what film criticism is, and we're critics at heart.
Can't go see every movie.
No, no, but you definitely should see Marvel's Avengers: Infinity War Part 2, Avengers 4, Part 4.
Yes.
It's the most recent.
Endgame.
Endgame, that's right. It's the most recent and the last, as you mentioned, Marvel movie. It's going to be it's the
last?
finale.
Oh, Endgame. That's
Yeah.
implied. I see.
Yeah. So it's kind of a
Didn't-
bold move for Marvel Studios because they've been mega successful, obviously.
Yes, it's the cherry on top. So you're
Mhm.
definitely going to want to see this one, just to know how Marvel ends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From here,
So-
maybe DC will step in and take over the comic book industry. I don't know what Marvel's going to do. Maybe they're going to transition into, I don't know what, a different industry. Newspaper?
Yeah,
I don't know what Marvel's going to do after this, but Marvel can just kind of retire, basically, because Marvel's done a really good job.
Yeah, hanging up the old.
Mhm.
What do people hang up at the end of a
Caps,
day or a
coats.
life or
Coats.
retirement?
Oh, I don't know.
Hang up the old coat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marvel's gonna hang up the old coat, or you know what? You know what'd be cute because it's Marvel's hanging up their cape.
Superheroes.
He gets it.
Yeah. Well, you might not understand that reference because you haven't seen the movie yet, but this movie features a ton of superheroes.
Yeah, lots of capes.
Like handfuls. Like multiple capes,
Yeah.
multiple weapons, multiple superpowers. If you're familiar with how superhero movies work, this is another one of those.
Yes, yeah,
For sure.
It's like a movie where there'd be, movies where there's heroes. This one's got heroes, but they're a little bit more than that. That's why they're called super.
Oh, that's a good way of looking at it.
It's
Yeah.
like sometimes a hero, they don't have they just save the day, but these ones are superheroes, so they save the day every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every
And
day you
sometimes heroes wear capes.
Yeah,
That's an important thing to consider when you're just walking in ordinary life and you see somebody doing something great. They might not be a hero if they're doing something great, but if they're wearing a cape,
they're
They might be.
probably a hero.
yeah. And that's a good thing it's a message to take away from the movie. And
Yeah.
that's why movies are so important. That's why The Avengers is so important.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's important
Oh man, this one,
important series.
it got me on an emotional level. It got me on a physical level. It's perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you? What do you think? Initial thoughts?
Initial thoughts. It was confusing. I thought it was a little confusing.
That's confusing to me, but go on.
Well, I don't. It was just there's a lot going on.
That's
in
true.
The movie.
That's true.
And that's one thing that's a little confusing to me about these like. Well, I guess it's like part of the genre these days when it's a big blockbuster
Mhm.
or
Well,
it's a big blockbuster big blockbuster big blockbuster blig is a blig block blig blockbuster blig blockbuster big block blig block blig block the blig blockbuster it's a blig blockbuster blig block blig block blig block blig block blig block blig block
I think I see where he's going, but I'll let him finish.
It's just a blig block. Excuse me, blig blockbuster. Blig block. It's a blig block. It's a blig block. It's just like a really blig movie.
Like, yeah,
It's
I think I know what
just-
you're saying.
It's just one of those movies.
I don't have the same vocabulary as him, but I think I understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah, it's just a large movie.
Oh yeah, it's
it's just
handfuls.
I just meant there's a lot going on, and sometimes they got all the, they got they got heroes flying this way and that way, and
multiple directions,
explosions,
for sure,
spaceships, and they got Jedis and little bullets flying. It's just a lot to
Jedis. Which character?
I'm just saying, that's not the
Okay.
that's not the Marvels. It's just part of the Blade Blockbuster.
Okay.
It's just part of those larger movies. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
That's the genre he's talking
It's
about.
a ride. It's a ride, and sometimes rides are confusing.
We might go on different rides sometimes. Most rides I go on just kind of have one track that like guides me, and I don't even have to think about it. But I understand. I mean, I haven't been on every ride.
Maybe
Here's my thing.
Maybe it's not a perfect metaphor, and we can move on. But
Okay, good. Because here's my thing. This movie is important for our times, for the the days, the news, just everything. This movie's important, and that's the thing that I think most people are probably going to miss: the subtextual importance of this movie. I won't go into that because see it for yourself, but I think that's true.
that might be why it confused me, because that's whenever people say a movie is important, those are usually the movies that confuse me a little bit.
Oh, that's understandable.
Like,
Totally. Yep.
It's like the big Oscar movies. The ones that are up for Oscars are often the ones that it's harder for me to follow. It doesn't mean I don't have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot going on.
Yeah, totally.
It's just a lot to follow.
Who's your favorite Avenger in this one? If you had a favorite. I know it's tough to pick.
That's actually kind of that's kind of one of the things I don't... I know you love the movie. I'm not saying I didn't. I just... If I had a gripe, it's that there's...
First off, do you have a gripe?
I'm just saying if I did.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that.
You asked me who my favorite Avenger is, and
Yeah.
that's a perfect segue to my if I had a gripe.
Okay.
I just kind of miss, I don't know. I miss the old days when a movie was a movie, and you knew who the main, who the star was.
Yeah.
You know
a
who the
lot of
star
plates being spun in this one.
A lot of plates. Yeah.
A
So
lot of
it's
plates.
I don't know who I gotta root for. Is it gonna be Iron Man or Spider-Man or Mark Ruffalo?
These are all Avengers for those of you unfamiliar.
Yeah,
Yes.
they got a lot of. There's
Mark
a lot of
Ruffalo,
Avengers.
yeah.
I would have preferred a movie that's just called The Avenger, where it's like, here's the guy.
That's good.
This is the guy you're gonna like the
That's
whole way
good,
through.
actually.
Yeah.
If they had like an Avengers movie that was about like a solo hero, like a superhero who's an Avenger, who's just one Avenger who's a hero.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I like that.
It's too bad they're getting out of the game, because that would be a perfect spin-off.
Well, I mean, never say never.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah.
Like, I could see that movie starting with a title card saying, not 9 out of the 10 Avengers, they got struck down by, whatever the bad guy is.
Fate.
And then
leaving
the lone Avenger.
the lone Avenger. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Marvel, hello.
If you want to come out of retirement, pick up the old coat off the rack and put it back on.
That's just box office, just sitting there in front of you, so you might want to grab that Marvel. Yeah. That being said, I personally did not have any gripes with this movie. Right. I thought it was as perfect as movies can be, and movies can be the most perfect thing in the world, second only to cinema.
I just want to go back real quick and talk about the issue I have with one of the, like I already explained, there's a lot of people. I just want to follow the one guy, but also it's so you got a lot of these people in there, and it's like
Heroes.
I've got a lot of superheroes in there before.
Superheroes.
I feel like I've seen this before.
What?
And whoever wrote the
And
Avengers.
someone did write it. That's a point. I mean,
Someone
point
had to
taken.
write it.
Someone wrote this movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Whoever it was.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, clearly they were a fan of the Expendables. Because
I see what you mean, kind of. Yeah, but
it's practically the same movie, Sean.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they clearly took a lot from the Expendables, but which is
fair, because I mean, The Expendables is kind of one of those high watermarks in cinema, and so a lot of people are reaching for that. When
Right,
They come
yeah,
out of the gate
clearly-
swinging. They're swinging for The Expendables level.
clearly
excellence.
something
Yeah.
does well. There's gonna be a
Yeah.
lot of copycats,
And that's the cynical side of movies. Like, there's
Right.
a good movie, so everybody. But I don't think this applies to the Avengers, because whereas The Expendables had Sylvester Stallone,
Right.
only Guardians of the Galaxy 2 had Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone wasn't even in the Avengers film. So, I mean,
Well-
if you're thinking in a literal sort of. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to step on your toes with your critique, but I don't think your critique is valid.
Okay, well, that's
Because I understand, I mean, influences, but, if you like something, steal from it. That's cinema. I mean, all the cinemas say that.
well, that's a good point.
Yeah,
and
filmmakers
they
say that.
they always say there's no new ideas
Exactly,
anymore.
exactly.
So I get why they
Yeah.
do it, and don't get me wrong, I don't
Recycle, reduce, reuse. Reuse.
It's green.
It's green.
It's green cinema. Green cinema.
Save the world, superheroes save the world via the sustainability of ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like they clearly they stole a lot from the Expendables, which we've agreed
That's true.
Morally,
That's true. That's true.
that's fine.
Exactly.
Ethically, it's okay.
Theft is fine.
Yeah. Just
That's it. Theft is fine.
that's
Yeah.
But even if that's a problem for me personally and not
Yeah.
for you,
That's
that's
fair.
okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's okay, because the movie had a lot of good stuff too.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I can forgive a lot of stuff if the CGI is popping.
Ooh, man. And the CGI in this one, it had all the
Poppin'.
colors of the rainbow. Okay?
It's really good CGI, and I would go so far as to say it had better CGI than the Expendables.
Ooh,
So
okay. That's...
yeah. Sorry, Expendables, you're out. Avengers, game over. You're in.
Oh, man. And the CGI in this one, I mean, at times I was so floored. I was just imagining, the rendering power of the computers that were bringing the images to life. The magic of cinema, I was just thinking of all these computers that were making these images.
Can you imagine
and
how-
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Big or how small these hard drives
Yeah,
are? Because they
I
gotta be
was.
they gotta be
How many terabytes do you think, honestly, to, make the Avengers? How many? I mean,
Yeah.
just to store the Avengers, you got to have, 2 or 3 hard drives tops. More, I mean, not tops, minimum.
Yep, probably as many.
Yeah.
Did you see those pictures of all the hard drives they took for the black hole pictures?
Oh, yeah, the black hole.
I wouldn't be surprised if the black hole people borrowed the computers that they used for the Avengers.
Oh, that's probably
Because
true. I think they probably
there's a lot
consulted
of-
NASA, because there's a lot of space stuff in the Avengers. I don't want to spoil it, but yes, there's space stuff
There's
in the
some space
Avengers.
stuff.
For those of you who have seen Star Wars, you know how space stuff comes across on film, and the Avengers also use a little of that Star Wars magic. They use space stuff.
It's kind of basically what we're saying is it's the Avengers. It's a perfect mix
It
of
is
the
perfect.
Expendables and Star Wars. If
Yeah. Oh,
kinda
shit, that's good.
Took this deck of cards, that deck of cards, you shuffle them together.
Pull quote, Marvel, put it on the poster.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's good.
The perfect mix of the Expendables and Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then just maybe let us know how many hard drives you used it, because that's behind the scenes magic that I think true fans like us would really appreciate. And I think it
that'd
would
be a fun
yeah.
fact.
Oh, that'd be cool. Actually,
Could put that in the movie
Credits?
tidbits.
I was thinking mid-credit scene, maybe just behind the scenes, pull back and show
Oh.
here's how we
Yeah.
made the movie.
Oh, that's great. A little
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, behind the scenes during the movie, maybe proper might be kind of fun.
Yeah, like a little intermission.
Oh yeah.
Back, you know what I miss? I miss the Infinifilm DVDs where you could watch the fun fact the pop-ups.
New Line
You
Cinema
could watch
had
it
an
with
Infinifilm series back in the day.
yeah, where they you know how they have the they got special features and then they got the main movie. They had this thing where they put those things together and you could.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
That was the best.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Peanut butter and jelly. That's what that felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great.
So, I mean, I don't want to get into spoilers. So, I mean, overall impression, obviously, I loved it. Obviously, Chris had some thoughts about it, but he seemed to come around as well. He just had some,
Oh,
he's...
Look,
yeah, I mean, we're both fans.
It may be a big ripoff of the Expendables, but it's
exactly.
It's in my top 5.
Okay,
probably.
perfect. Because it's in my top 1, maybe top 2, but it's my favorite movie of all time.
That's impressive.
Yeah, give or take. It'll probably get knocked off by... Well, no, I mean, there's no more Marvel movies, so it's probably going to sit there. Yeah.
Yeah, it could hang out there for a while.
Yeah. And if it doesn't, that's fine, because, I mean, that's the power of movies. They're there to inspire and surprise and
steal.
And steal. Oh, yeah, theft is A-okay.
Yeah.
Says movies.
Says us.
Says us. Well, I think basically you have a pretty good idea about where we stand on the Avengers, and I think Marvel might get tempted to come back out of retirement to make Avengers Part 5, Infinity War Part 3, New Game. But who knows? Who knows?
Game, that's good.
New Game.
Or, maybe...
his idea, I like...
My idea. You said
the Sole Avenger, the Lone Avenger.
Oh, yeah. We might come back, we might see the Avengers Part 5,
if this video goes viral...
The Solo Avenger...
Raise awareness. Share this video, because, I mean, I think that idea has legs.
Yeah, and if Marvel, if you happen to be watching this video and you like what you hear, you like what you see, and you think, well, gosh, I'd love to do the Lone Avenger, but I don't have any more ideas because I put them all into this one.
You painted yourself into a corner.
You give us a call. We'll...
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, we make movies too. This is coming to you via the movie format.
We had to hit record ourselves. I know you're familiar with that button.
So
thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. Do we have a ranking system?
We haven't established one.
Do we want to do a rank at the end where it's...
That'd be kind of fun.
Why don't we? What would be the thing that we give it that's a good thing, or the thing that we give it that's a bad thing?
We could flip a coin, and if it comes up heads, it's a good movie. If it comes up tails, ooh, sorry, sucker.
Oh, but we already...
make
us look like liars if it came up.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That wouldn't
one.
work. Yeah, that...
Why don't we... Just for today, we'll figure something out down the line, but why don't we borrow the old... the Ebert and Roper.
Oh, yeah.
We'll give it the... What do you give it? You gives it one hang loose?
One hang loose.
Well, put that... You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I definitely... Yeah.
From Sean and Christoph, we give this movie 2 blig thumbs up.
What movie did Tom Hanks star in, directed by Penny Marshall, where he played a little boy who
grows up?
Yeah.
I think it was called Tall.